Hello, my chaotic people. It's your girl Christian, and I just wanted to come to you with a video about what's been going on with me for the past 2 weeks. If you've watched any of my recent videos, you may have noticed that my hair has been in a two-strand twist, and it's probably definitely looking like, oh, Christian, why haven't you retwisted your hair or taken that down? Well, it's because I have made the decision to lock my hair, and I just wanted to talk to you about that process that's been going on for the past, like I said, I'm only at the 2 week point, and why I decided that this was the thing for me. Alright, so here I am. I started on freshly washed hair on April 22nd, which I said about 2 weeks ago. And I'm freshly washed, I guess I'm freshly washed and conditioned. And this is my state of my hair before the twisting. I've never really been completely sure about what my hair type is. I know that it is a bit thinner in the front and thicker in the back and more coils in the back than it does in the front. I feel like the front doesn't really hold a really tight curl at all. So there I am before I get started. Yes, I was very nervous because feel like I just fell in love with my curly hair, and on my products I ended up using for the first time the Natural 85 Melanin Hair Care Twist Elongating Cream. Like, I just used what I already had at home. I didn't go buy new products because these products I knew already worked in my hair. So normally when I do a two-strand twist, I usually do about like 1 or 2 braiding sequences because I like to keep my parts really clean. But this time I didn't. I mean, I did use a comb for parts, and I just twisted it without any braid sequencing to see how it would go. I guess because in my mind I thought like a braid wouldn't lock. I guess because when you hear about people, redoing their hair from locks, you hear a retwist, you don't really hear braiding happening. So I went with this, doing it the way that I would normally do it. Well, I can say that I've always been interested in locks, and I've always had wanted it done, and I was always afraid of the actual process. I was afraid of what people will call like the awkward stage of locks, the ugly phase of locks, and all those things. And I just I let European beauty standards or whatever, or even in the black community, to really make me afraid to try this thing with my hair. Like, I returned to natural back in 2013. That was when my last relaxer was, and even that wasn't necessarily on purpose. It was just I made the decision like after when it came time for me to do in 6 weeks for me to do my touch up to my roots, I just didn't do it. And so then as time was going, I had thought about doing it a couple of years ago, but I was just like, no, I'm enjoying this loose. Do y'all see how bright and awesome my freckles are? That's all. All right, back to my hair. Much I love them. I love the feel of them. And with everything that's been going on for the past 2 years, I just wanted to try something new. And here we are with my initial two-strand twist done. Now over the next couple of days, I do go back through as it dries and split some of the twists up, because as some of them dried, I felt like they fluffed up more than I would have wanted them to do. So I did go back through and split some of them up. So that's why some of them you can see have cone parts and some of them are finger parts, and you see it on my edges. I never really had edges. Like, my hair just never really grew that much, so I wasn't really concerned about it. Now this is me a week later, and you can see there's growth unraveling at the root, which is why I initially had wanted to do like a couple of partings so that it wouldn't unravel so fast, but I wasn't going to go back through and redo all that. And during this week, what I learned was just, I kept it moisturized. I got it wet a little bit, and just kept oil. I kept it nice and moisturized. I didn't, not overly moisturized, but it was important to me. As you can see, it is this. And just really gathered lots of information and figuring out what would be best for myself. And I came to the decision that I'm going to finally do this. And also going in it with the understanding that if this turns out not to be the correct journey for me, that I can undo them. I think sometimes we're stuck on, oh, I made a decision, now I have to stick with it, and that's not true. And if this does not work out, I can always comb them out. And here we are at the 2-week mark. I did wash my hair. I used Melon Hair Care's black soap shampoo. So because I had lots of gel in the front of my hair, because I ended up wearing a wig to an event because I wasn't ready to share my hair with others. So it was very important for me to get that cleaned off to keep my scalp nice and clean. But you can see lots of unraveling at the roots, and my ends are still curly. I mean, I'm not expecting anything significant to have happened yet, but I am feeling happy with the results. I just put some oil in it, some rose water, and I am good to go. I feel confident now. And well, this is usually how I've been wearing my hair, just like up and it's like a little out to the side. And sometimes I was wearing a ponytail, like, you know, I swim, so it's been underneath my cap. And I did, so this is what it's looking like right now. I did do a light retwist in the front, because I had said, like I said, this is a new thing for me. So I wasn't really sure about how to properly palm roll or interlock or crochet it. So I just did, just for practice, I did a little in the front, just so I could, you know, practice what it's going to look like. And, oh, as you probably saw in the other videos, I did some comb parting, some free parting. And this is where it's looking at right now. I will probably give you another update in about 2 weeks, and then I'll probably do one at 6 weeks. When I'm really hoping that I had the patience to learn and really appreciate what's happening with my hair, and not try and do a twist for another month. But you never know, like, things, what's for you is for you, and if this turns out to be the thing and what I'm learning, haha. But so far, like, you know, because I've worn my hair in 2 strand twists before, like I've said, and this is just, you know, appreciating and learning about the things that's happening in my hair. And to all of my new locked queens and princesses out there, and even my more mature ones, whatever you're experiencing, if you have any advice that you can lovingly give me, I understand all of our hair is different and they're uniquely yours. I love to hear stories about how you got to where you are, what made you decide to do this, and I just can't wait to be part of this community. Sasha, come on. Here. Everybody, if you've seen all my other videos like before, like, this is Sasha. She's just all up there. Would I be nosy?